You are welcome to another exciting, thrilling episode of Relufe Review on Relufe TV, where we objectively review the Nigerian art, music, movies, and entertainment in general. Like I always do, I am begging you, this episode is exclusive to just my opinion and my opinions alone. All the views and opinions that I express here are mine and my personal biases. On that note, my name is AY with a double O, and let us get right into the movie of today. The movie we are going to be reviewing today caught me like a fever. I'm shaking. It is titled A Green Fever. When I had a green fever, I legit went online to check, like, is there some, I know of yellow fever. I've never had green fever before, but it turns out the actors were deceiving us. I don't know what's going on with the directing and please, what were you trying to deceive? Explain it to me. What's a green fever? Turns out there's nothing like a green fever, at least to the best of my knowledge. So a green fever tells the story of a young man named Kumi Braithwaite, a fake name by the way, a young man who is on his way to the hospital. According to the story, he's on his way to the hospital to take his daughter who supposedly has a green fever, and on his way, the daughter had a crisis, she breaks down, and he had to seek shelter in the house, in the home of a Colonel Bashir. Of all the places to seek shelter and for your car to break down, for your daughter to break down, is it right in front of the Colonel's house. And then he seeks shelters, and then different secrets start to unveil, truth starts to come out, and then it turns out who we think is who doesn't is not. I mean, they literally, this movie is second to none. Deception. Let's get into the review. So for the plot of this story, the plot revolves around deceitful characters. I mean, they deceived us right from beginning to the end of the movie. That's not a very nice thing to do, whoever directed that movie. But some development in the movie also feels contrived, like it was just here and there. And you've already deceived us from the beginning of the movie. I can't believe the end of the movie again. For me, that's all about the plot of that movie. So I'll rate the plot a good 3/10. For the attraction of the movie, the premise of the film is quite intriguing. I like the whole Colonel Bashir's house, the whole, I like that uniform thing. It was good, but they were not able to maintain engagement in the movie. It was just, I could smell deception from the beginning of the movie from Kumi Braithwaite, but there was a little bit of suspense. So, they tried with that part. It was just a little bit. They tried with that part, like to keep us, because at the beginning you actually think he's lying, but somewhere in the middle I was beginning to believe Kumi Braithwaite, and then everything just switched, like right in front of my eyes. It now feels like I'm watching a totally different movie, right? But for the attraction and premise of the film, I'll give it a 6/10. For the acting in the movie, for Colonel Braithwaite, I mean, he brought out that he was a true soldier. Kumi Braithwaite tried, whether as Kumi Braithwaite or as a thief that he ended up being, at the end of the movie. He also played the character well. If he was really deceiving, the Colonel, he did that clearly. I almost wanted to, like, when you're sniffing around and you feel like there's something wrong, but somewhere in the middle of the film he just tried to make everybody relax and love the character of a sad father, just trying to save his daughter. And I don't know, was the daughter, what was not clear as well in the acting was if the daughter was part of that whole charade. They did not really tell us for the acting of the movie. And for Matilda, who is Colonel Bashir's girlfriend, we didn't also see that part, if she had known Kumi before then, prior to that time or not. But all of a sudden they just seemed to bond like so well in a very short time. The acting was good. Individually they all played their characters well, but as collectively it didn't really come out the way it should. I would give it a 5/10 just on the average for the acting of the movie. Now for the editing, to the cinematography, what they were trying to portray, I like the setting, I like the house that was used, I like the whole atmosphere. It seemed like a good fit. I like the whole Matilda being his girlfriend thing. It was obviously way, and that's the normal behavior of a military man. They want to be in power, they want to be in charge, and Colonel Bashir did bring that out well. Matilda also, was, I wouldn't call her a failed musician, but Cornell just wasn't supporting her career, and she really, brought out that part of someone who just was at the mercy of the Cornell. And for Kumi Braithwaite, the father in the movie, it was the, at the end of the movie, that was a shocker for me. Like, I was beginning to believe you, and then you ought me like this. Well, for the cinematography, the lighting, the editing was good as well. The editing wasn't bad. I'll give the cinematography, the editing, and the sound, I'll give it overall a 7/10. For the directing, the director did not capitalize on the story in the best way that they could have. It's a nice storyline. The storyline is good, but it could have been better. The suspense should have been a killer suspense, but we didn't get that. And how did Matilda get to trust Kumi Braithwaite like so much in the space of such a short time? You know, at the part, especially the part where he said, "Go and wait for me in the car. I'll meet you there." You know, she was just too trusting. He was too trusting of her. She was too trusting of him. They failed to capitalize on the energy that the movie could have given. You know, you have something on ground that you're not exploring it to its full potential. That's what happened with the directing of the movie. So on the average, I'll give the directing a 5/10. For the it factor, it failed to come out as a unique movie. The storyline was good, could have been better, could have been expressed better, could have been told in a better way, you know. So for the it factor, it's not a unique movie, it's not a distinct movie, but if you want to see it, you definitely can see it. Final verdict, A Green Fever gets a 6/10 from my end, just because there's a contrived plot development, the pacing is slow, and deceptive characters. At the end of the day, we don't even know what to believe. Deceptive characters. I don't even know if I can trust the whole movie entirely anymore. Final verdict is 6/10. It's a good to see movie if you want to watch a movie. If you feel like watching something, you definitely can watch A Green Fever. It's not a must see. It's not by all means, you know. If you want to see a movie, you just want to relax, you definitely can watch A Green Fever. It is a good to go movie. And with that, we have come to the end of this episode of a Relufe review on Relufe TV. Do well to follow us across all social media platforms. It is at Relufe TV. And let me also know what you think about this movie, A Green Fever. What you think about my final verdict. If you agree or you disagree, let me know in the comment section. If there's any movie that you know out there, there's a new movie is out and you want for us to review it, definitely drop the comments in the comments section. Until I come your way again next time, my name is AY with a double O, and this is Relufe TV.